Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I will not be on here long, I promise. Hello. I'll give you guys a moment to come in and see how you guys are doing. I just want to do a check-in, that's all. See how everybody's doing. How are you? How are you? Just want to check in and see how everyone is doing. I'll give you guys a second to come on in. Hello, hello, hello. All right, I know it is Saturday night and everyone should be hopefully safe in the home, enjoying your families, enjoying this time to rest, create, relax, do things you've never done before, do some cleaning and all those things. I just wanted to check in and see how everyone was doing. All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Rashida Leverett, and I am a coach and an author, a teacher, and a speaker. It's good to see everyone coming online. Say hello. Hello. If you come on, just say hello. I'm just really doing a check-in to see how you guys are doing emotionally. Checking in to see how you all are health-wise. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know how everyone is doing. We're adjusting. I have to be quite honest. I didn't have much of an adjustment to make, because I pretty much work from home. What I did have to adjust to was my teaching schedule. Most of you know I teach English as a second language online, and most of my students are in China, Korea, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Bahrain, Qatar, Japan, and Thailand. Those are where most of my students are from, and I teach English to adults and children. On top of that, I'm also a coach and a teacher and an author. And so I do a lot of things from home. I do a lot of things from coffee shops. I do a lot of things from libraries. Anywhere there is a internet connection is usually where I like to do some work. I intentionally set that up a couple of years ago, and I've told this story so many times that in 2016, I lost my for a technical college, and I decided then to take control of my career. I was always one of those people who thought I would be this corporate bigwig, this corporate lawyer, and in some instances, corporate America has been very good to me, has taught me a lot of things. I started out in the military, so I had that corporate mindset. But then as I got older, I realized I wanted to do more. I wanted, and I'm a late bloomer. I always call myself a late bloomer. I got into education later in life. I got into education like really at the age of 40 when I got my first job teaching public speaking at the University of Maryland while I was working in Iraq. That was my first experience in higher education. That was my first experience learning a new industry, because I had always been in logistics. I had always been in military. And I say all of that to tell this story about how sometimes you have to shift and pivot. And in this time, we are learning how to shift and how to pivot. What's going on in our nation right now is an unlearning and a relearning. Okay? What we're doing is we are making the familiar unfamiliar and making the unfamiliar familiar. This is what has been happening to us in the last couple of weeks. Everything that has been familiar to us is now becoming unfamiliar. And this is the opportunity for us to either demonstrate our resilience, our flexibility, our ability to adapt to change, or it's going to demonstrate whether we're going to fall apart at the seams. This right now is the moment where you have to decide, am I going to stand? Am I going to be planted? Am I going to take root in the ground and not move? Or am I just going to wither away like a dandelion or a feather? This is the moment where you have to decide, who am I really in a time of crisis? Because the character of a person comes out in the time of crisis. When everything is going good, everyone's on their best behavior. When everything is going good, people are living in lollipops, rainbows, and unicorns. But when life comes crashing down, who are you? Who are you when things get difficult? Now we have an opportunity here. As your coach, as your teacher, we have an opportunity here to do some unlearning and some relearning, to make the unfamiliar familiar and the familiar unfamiliar. And how will we do that? First thing we need to do is maximize the time that we have right now to learn something new. Learn something new. If you go all over the internet, there are companies, there are corporations, there are companies like Google, Harvard University, Stanford University, the University of Maryland, the University of Pennsylvania. They are all offering free online courses right now. Free online courses. Internet companies are upgrading their bandwidth to prepare for the amount of people that's going to be connected around the world. Now is the time to get a skill under your belt. Now is the time to read that book that you never had a chance to read. Now is the time to take a free online course. Now is the time to use your library card to order audiobooks and movies and music for free. There's a lot of things that you can do right now at low or if you have OSHA, all of these certifications right now, get them. Capitalize on them, because this is the opportunity for you to be focused on one thing. Many of us are focused on increasing your skill set at this moment. All right. The next thing that you all can do is to go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Set up whatever it is you need to know. You can learn it on Google and YouTube. I promise you, I've done it myself. I am actually I just let me tell y'all. Let me slow down. I'm so excited, right? I just transferred my website domain, RashidaLeverett.com, from WordPress to Squarespace, all through YouTube. I learned how to transfer my domain today. Well, I did that yesterday. It's to transfer my domain from WordPress to Squarespace, and I did it all by watching videos on YouTube. If there's a skill that you're lacking, maybe some of you are in time to go online and learn sales techniques. Learn a good person to learn from right now is Grant Cardone. He teaches a lot of free content on sales. If any of you are on sales and you're not making your sales quota right now, or your sales job has let you go or restricted your hours, use the time that you have right now to go online to increase your sales skills, your communication skills. You know, right now is a time where you can be online learning who's the speakers out here, who's the number one speakers out here. How do they engage your audience? How do they captivate an audience right now? All right. Job search skills. Maybe some of you right now want to get out of an industry that is extremely vulnerable with this coronavirus and get into another industry. Right now, retail is where a lot of people are going. I saw a friend of mine post on her Facebook page today that her company, Publix, was hiring for all positions, people in retail. And I want to say this, don't ever discount people that work in retail any longer, because guess what? Right now, the retail people, the medical people, the truck drivers, they are all moving and they're still out here working. Okay? So use this as an opportunity to increase your skills. Last thing I want to say is this is an opportunity for you to learn technology. Again, I said it before. Make the familiar unfamiliar and make the unfamiliar familiar. For those of you that are not tech savvy, now is the time to learn it. You need to learn how to get on a conference call. You need to learn how to do video conferencing, how to do audio conferencing, how to do things like Zoom, Skype, all of these things, WebEx, Webinar Jam. Now is the time to learn technology. Learn technology because we have the time. So while we are home, I want you all to increase your skills. So give me a comment below. Let me know what skill you can work on, and we'll go from there. I'm working on putting a website together through YouTube and Google. I switched again from WordPress to Squarespace. I'm learning how to set up the calendar inside of Squarespace. I'm learning about SEO. I'm also working on I think you guys saw earlier, I was working on a checklist of some skills you can develop right now. There are 5 skills that employers look for. Number one is going to always be communication skills. And communication covers a lot of things. I don't think I have my whole list. These are some of the notes that I was writing while I'm working. Communication can include problem solving, speaking, asking questions, teaching, training, verbalizing, writing. And there's about 3 or 4 pages that I wrote down. And I will have that checklist coming out soon. I am going to get somebody to edit it for me first to make sure it's all good. All right? Skills right now. While you're home, get on those low cost or no cost online classes. Harvard University, Stanford, they all have classes through a company called Coursera. And you can go through Coursera and take you some free online classes and get you some certifications. And if you are interested in being an online ESL teacher, the first requirement that you need is you need a TESOL certification, or a CELTA, or a TEFL, or whatever type of English as a second language certification out there. And here's the secret. You can get it for less than $20 on Groupon. Yes. It's usually $499. I paid $19 for mine. And I sat there in one day and got my certification. So there's so much to do. Go to Groupon. Type in TESOL. There's several companies. The one that I have my certification through is International Open Academy. Once you have that certification, you can teach online as an ESL teacher. You also need to have a bachelor's degree and be a native English speaker. So there's a skill right there. And here's the thing. These companies are hiring right now. China, South Korea, Japan, Thailand. Their people still want to learn how to speak English. And they are teachers are really in demand right now because people are home. People are home. Okay? All right. So that's all I have for you. Spend this time increasing your skills. And if you need any help, you guys know, just reach out to me, DM, or send me a message, and I will answer you back. All right. Have a great weekend and stay safe. Wash your hands and be kind and patient to people who work in retail. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.